Rumors about affairs with fellow actors and cinematic superheroes have dogged Justin Timberlake for years, so it's no wonder that his marriage to Jessica Biel has more than its fair share of red flags. In 2009, the gossip website hollyscoop.com claimed that Justin Timberlake was cheating on Jessica Biel with pop star Rihanna. Supermarket tabloid Star magazine offered even more details, claiming that they'd had a hotel room hookup and that Timberlake had told Rihanna things were winding down between him and Biel. However, another source poured cold water on that rumor, telling People magazine that Timberlake and Rihanna were not romantically involved, but simply working on a musical collaboration. The following year, a supposed friend of Rihanna told the Daily Star she said it was really good, hot, and wild, and that they have some of the best makeout sessions she's ever experienced. It's worth noting, though, that Star doesn't exactly have the best track record, having been taken to task for various bogus stories over the years. It's usually been tabloids and gossip columns that have spread rumors about Timberlake and Biel, but there was at least one occasion when another celebrity was fueling the story. According to Page 6, it all started when an allegedly intoxicated Timberlake was partying hard in a New York City nightclub in 2009. Lindsay Lohan was also reportedly there, and she attempted to work her way into Timberlake's orbit to dance with him, though he ended up shooing her away. Later that night, she seemingly referenced Biel when she tweeted, "Where's JB? Cheater." She followed that up by asking, "Why do people cheat?" However, Lohan denied writing those tweets, as she insisted that her account had been hacked, although a source told Us Weekly that she only made that claim after she'd learned that Timberlake was supposedly trying to make her miserable. Interestingly enough, when Lohan's infamous sex list of all of her ex-lovers was leaked in 2024, Timberlake was among the 36 names on that list.
Will you confirm having tristed?
I cannot confirm or deny.
You cannot confirm or deny?
In the midst of all these cheating rumors, a September 2009 Us Weekly cover story took it all a step further by reporting that Timberlake and Biel had broken up. According to a source who was described as a mutual pal of the couple, Timberlake had been telling everyone that they had split up and that he'd broken the news to her over the phone. While Timberlake had supposedly moved on quickly, Biel was stubbornly refusing to accept the breakup. However, another source claimed that it might not be permanent, explaining, "There's no way of knowing if it's a firm breakup, because with them it's so hot and cold." However, another source told People that rumors of their split were inaccurate, insisting, "They're not breaking up. Anytime they spend time apart, it's because they're working." Although, the source also revealed that they'd been spending less time together and admitted things have been a bit up in the air recently. In October 2010, another cheating rumor emerged, this time claiming that Timberlake was hooking up with Olivia Munn. Us Weekly reported that they had a 3-day affair in New York, when Munn brought him back to her hotel and they reportedly had some public displays of affection. According to a source, Timberlake had been proclaiming that his relationship with Biel was over, while adding, "The reality is he's just doing it behind her back." A rep for Timberlake emphatically denied the report, while Munn's rep refused to offer any comment about her private life. The same rumor resurfaced a few months later, when Life and Style reported that Munn showed friends some recent text messages that she'd received from Timberlake. One of the texts reportedly declared that his relationship with Biel was, quote, "basically over," while another told Munn that he'd been thinking about her. As the source claimed, "She's super flattered, but she's not stupid. She's not expecting it to go anywhere, but she'd love it if it did." In 2011, Timberlake starred alongside Mila Kunis in the romantic comedy Friends with Benefits. While promoting the film, Kunis discussed their attire, or lack thereof, while shooting the film's sex scenes. As she revealed to The Advocate, Justin would just wear a sock that covered his frontal parts. "So yeah, I could pretty much see everything. And I had tiny nipple pasties and a little pasty on my hoo-ha." Meanwhile, Us Weekly reported that in the midst of all that exposed skin, Timberlake attempted to put the moves on his co-star, while also claiming that his relationship with Biel was essentially over. Kunis, however, reportedly wasn't buying it. A source close to Timberlake confirmed that account, while revealing, "He tried every trick in the book, but Mila is not attracted to him."
Oh, yeah, baby, come on now, say my name. Yeah, oh, I'm done. How was it?
It's no secret that Timberlake and Biel were going through a bit of a rough patch in 2011. In fact, they confirmed that they had broken up in March of that year. Despite this, Timberlake still had kind words to say about Biel. As he admitted to Vanity Fair at the time, "She is the single-handedly most significant person in my life." The split ended up being rather brief, as just a few months later, rumors of a reconciliation began to emerge, which were confirmed when they got engaged that December. Alas, there were lingering suspicions that Timberlake's alleged attempted dalliance with Mila Kunis may have been the cause. However, A source told People that Kunis was not a factor in their breakup and that it was instead caused by other factors entirely. As the source insisted, no one came between them. They decided their relationship ran its course and it was time to move on. From 2008 to 2011, Scarlett Johansson was married to Ryan Reynolds, and she also once supposedly had a dalliance with none other than Justin Timberlake. After Johansson and Reynolds split, her newly single status didn't sit right with Jessica Biel. According to the National Enquirer, she was reportedly paranoid that Johansson would start reconnecting with her exes, including Timberlake. As a source told the tabloid, Jessica's always looked the other way and given Justin his space when he needed it, but now she's worried that's all going to change with newly single Scarlett back in the picture. Then, in September 2011, Us Weekly reported that Biel's fear had come to pass when Timberlake reportedly spent a flirtatious night with Johansson at a Manhattan club. When the club shut down in the wee hours of the morning, Timberlake reportedly accompanied Johansson back to her apartment. What made the situation rather awkward was that he and Biel had only recently reconciled after their brief breakup. However, reps for both Timberlake and Johansson both denied that he'd been anywhere near her apartment. And then that December, Timberlake and Biel got engaged.
Love affairs and, scandal and intrigue.
Timberlake and Biel's engagement caught many by surprise, considering that it happened just a few months after their public breakup declaration. Naturally enough, the engagement was not without its drama, at least according to tabloid magazines and gossip columnists. For example, the website X17 reported that Biel had been spotted without her engagement ring 1 month after Timberlake popped the question. The National Enquirer offered a possible reason for that when a source claimed, when Justin proposed to Jessica, she was disappointed with his choice of ring. Jessica isn't a fancy girl, but she wanted something stunning, a bigger diamond that would impress her friends. Instead, Justin went more minimal, thinking she'd prefer something less flashy. Timberlake then reportedly embarked on finding her a bigger and better one. Biel sort of confirmed that when she told InStyle, "I had no say whatsoever in the ring. I don't micromanage." A source provided some information to Us Weekly that lined up with Biel's account, claiming that Timberlake decided to ignore the advice of her longtime stylist and go with his gut. Timberlake and Biel got married in October 2012. Then, by October 2014, they'd gotten so fed up with tabloid rumors that they decided to get their lawyers involved. They brought a defamation lawsuit in Dublin, Ireland against Bauer Media Group over a story in one of the company's European magazines, Heat. The story in question alleged that Timberlake was flirting with a woman who wasn't his wife. It contained quotes attributed to Biel, but the couple claimed they were completely made up. Days after the suit was filed, The Guardian reported that a settlement had been reached, which included the defendant issuing an apology that was read in court. As the statement read, the defendant accepts that the article was false and withdraws any inferences that question the state of Justin and Jessica's marriage. After a few years of marriage, Timberlake and Biel started to grow their family when they welcomed their first child in April 2015, a son named Silas Randall.
He's with him and Dad, like he's getting in the camera right there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Ahead of Silas's birth, several competing rumors emerged about the couple's decision to have a baby. On one side was a 2011 report from the National Enquirer that claimed that Biel was attempting to get pregnant in order to supposedly trap Timberlake. Of course, that didn't happen at the time. Although Radar reported in 2013 that Biel was anxious to have a baby, but pushed back her pregnancy plans until after Timberlake wrapped up his world tour. Then in 2014, Star magazine claimed to have interviewed Timberlake's grandmother, Sadie Bomar, who said that it was Timberlake who was eager to start a family and that Biel was the one who was reluctant. As she was quoted as saying, "Justin has wanted to have children all his life. If it were up to him, they'd have a baby tomorrow." Meanwhile, the birth of Silas prompted OK to report that Biel put her foot down when it came time to hire childcare. As a source claimed, she didn't want any Swedish nannies around Justin. Instead, she reportedly hired 2 gay male nannies whom she knew through friends. In 2019, the British tabloid The Sun published photos of Timberlake holding hands with Alicia Wainwright, his co-star in the film Palmer, while she intimately stroked his knee, and apparently his wife was not exactly thrilled. As a source told Us Weekly, Jessica was very upset and embarrassed by Justin's behavior and thought it was completely inappropriate. Then Timberlake addressed the matter by writing in a since-deleted Instagram post, "A few weeks ago, I displayed a strong lapse in judgment. I drank way too much that night and regret my behavior. I should have known better." Meanwhile, a source told Radar, the days of Justin taking 2-week golf trips with his buddies to Hawaii and Florida are officially over, and that's not going to change anytime soon. When Biel was spotted in public a few months later without her wedding ring, there was speculation that their next stop would be divorce court. However, Biel quashed those rumors when she shared some photos on Instagram in March 2020 of her and Timberlake celebrating her birthday. In January 2024, Life and Style reported on a fresh rumor that Timberlake and Biel's marriage was on the rocks. A source claimed that they were desperately trying to save their relationship with couples counseling, while explaining, though they do love each other, all of the couples therapy they've undergone simply isn't fixing some of their underlying issues. The following month, a source told Entertainment Tonight, they make sure to have a good balance and occasionally will see a therapist for a check-in. Then in May, Biel appeared on The View, where she made some eyebrow-raising comments about her marriage.
You know, it's always a work in progress, right? It's constantly trying to find the balance, trying to find the time we can connect.
Things took an even more unexpected turn in June, when Timberlake was arrested in the Hamptons and charged with driving under the influence. The arrest reportedly took Biel by surprise, with a source telling Us Weekly, Jessica is extremely upset. She was shocked to hear the news. Meanwhile, a source who talked to People magazine denied rumors that they were on the cusp of divorce.